Okay, hey everybody, welcome to the channel today. This video is making fun of meditation. This video is making fun of myself, and this video is just meant to make you smile and just make fun of meditators like myself and other people that take it so serious. Okay, and so I hope that's what you get out of the video. Is you watch it, you have a laugh, dispel a myth about meditation, and yeah, all that good stuff. So I finished a silence course last weekend, and a really good friend of mine said, you should start doing a couple more a year. I was doing about one every 2 years before COVID. So in Art of Living silence courses, like you learn how to meditate, it's called Sahaj, and you learn how to do the breathing Sudarshan Kriya, and then it's recommended you do a silence course every 3 to 6 months. And I hadn't been doing that. And then since COVID, I've done, I think 19 of them since 2020. Yeah, 2019. I think I've done 19. So it's about every 5.5 months I'm doing one right now. Anyways, it just sounds so grand and sounds so big. And I do silence, and people ask, what do you do? And so anyway, so the daily structure is like you do some yoga and then some meditation from 7 to about 8:30, and then 8:30 to 10 you have some food and go for a walk, and then 10 to 1 you do some more meditation. You can watch some videos talking about acceptance and love by Sri Sri. Then 1 to 3 is a lunch break. 3 to 6 is more meditation and more knowledge videos about whatever. Usually Sri Sri's also making fun of us doing such poor silence. It's quite funny. And then supper from 6 to 7:30, and 7:30 to 9 is usually another video, maybe a tiny little meditation before we end, and the teacher answers some questions. And they're usually always the same questions about some version of my health, or someone I care about's health, my finances, or somebody else I care about's finances, or my relationship, or someone else's I care about relationship. And it could be all forms of like personal relationships with your family or your partner or your children or your work. It's always the same stuff, or big, like what we think are such big questions, and why and how come and all of this stuff. So anyways, and it's really fun to have Sri Sri, who's probably heard, I don't know, 500 million questions in the last 40 plus years, and just kind of make fun of people. So sounds very grandiose and very, I meditated for the weekend, and I was in silence for 4 days, and then you can do them for 6 days, and then 10 days. And some people wear the 10 days like a badge. I do 10 days twice a year. Look at me. I'm the best meditator. So I made some videos. So the first video is what I think people think it looks like, what I'm actually doing. I think people just think I'm at my house, like I wake up very stoked. I mean, look at me, I eat, you know what I mean? Like I'm, like depending on, I get teased about my weight from my good buddies. But I work out, I exercise, but I love my chips, I love my chocolate, I love my beignets, like, let's be honest. So I think people think like you just sit there in this austere state. So I made this video, and it's of me sitting in what I think people think I do, from like when like the sun comes up to the sun goes down, and I eat like a cracker. Okay. So that's the first video I made. All right. So I hope that's what people think I'm doing. And I have a little mala beads on. I'm sitting there. So that would be, I think people think I would sit like that for like 4 or 5 hours, and then take a break, bow to the universe, maybe go to the bathroom, eat a cracker, go back, have a sip of water, do it again, repeat, and then go to sleep on like a board or something like that. Anyways, I should have made a video with sleeping on a board. Then I made a video of what it actually looks like. So in this video, and I hope this really works out, because I think it's pretty funny. So the blue chair is the chair that I meditate in every day, because I used to sit like the first video, I used to sit like that for the first, from 2002 to 2004. Then I went to India, and took me so long to get up, and I was only 27. And this person that's been meditating for so long was like, why are you walking like that? I'm like, because I was meditating. They're like, meditation doesn't have to be painful. You can sit in a chair. So I started sitting in a chair. That was awesome. So then I got home, and I'm like sitting in like a like a school, like a, like a wooden chair. And I'm like, why am I sitting in this? This is ridiculous. So over the years, it's gotten to like a little bit like more of a comfortable chair. And now it's just like full on ridiculous. Like I'm in a lazy boy essentially. So, but I sit in that. That's how I sit most days. All right. And now the next stage of the video is actually, if we're going to be dead honest when I'm doing silence, I do have my feet up. So the teacher that was teaching last weekend was like, like, if your eyes are closed, you're sitting up, then you're meditating. And I was like, I'm sitting up, but my feet are up. So I don't know. And then the last one is an exaggeration just for fun of like what I think, like that's me full out. And I really never do that one, but it's kind of funny, like once a year maybe. And that's not even meditating, it's just sleeping essentially. And that's the other funny thing is people say it's not sleeping meditation. In my morning meditation, certainly when I have to go to work and I get up at 4 o'clock or 5 o'clock in the morning, I'm always aware and I tune in and it's really beautiful. The afternoon one, it's kind of sketchy. I often feel like I'm sleeping. The science says I'm not sleeping, that it's beyond sleep and it's deeper than REM. Sometimes I wake up a little bit of drool. I'm like, it seemed like that was sleep. So what I do now is I actually like right here in front when like the chair, like when all this stuff isn't set up, I do yoga nidra. And I have a friend from Maine that he's done, I think, yoga nidra, 1,000 times in the app. He's recorded it. So it's an amazing thing, yoga nidra. If you haven't done it, just you can just Google Shri Yoga Nidra. It's amazing. My buddy and a good buddy, a friend of mine and my brother use it when they can't sleep. And I just love it. So you put it on, it's 20 minutes. Essentially, it's like a 20-minute excuse to have a nap. It's like a yogic nap. And just lie down and it's beautiful. So I usually, if I have time, I do that. And then I pretty much fall asleep during that every day. And if I don't, I'll fall asleep after for a few minutes. And then I meditate, then I'm awake, then I'm aware. And then if I'm busier and, I have other things going on and I meditate in the afternoon, like I start sitting like this and then my head just kind of ends up flop down. And sometimes I have to do it in my vehicle for whatever reason, because I'm out and about in the daytime and I like to meditate between like 12:30 and 2:30 for the second one. Personally, I don't like waiting until 4 or 5 or 6. I like to get it done a little bit earlier. So it's kind of funny. I'll just stop my car. I usually go to a park and it just must look like I don't know what I look like because I'm just essentially I'm like, anyways, whatever. But yeah, I just wanted to poke fun today at how people think it's such a serious thing, meditation. And this teacher that I've been teaching, he's been meditating for 53 years. And I took a silence course with him last weekend, and 32 years or 3 years he's been teaching this class. He's like, just sit up with your eyes closed. So if you're worried about meditating and you think, oh, I can't do it, look, it's ridiculous. It's not that hard. It's ridiculous that you think you can't do it. If I can do it, you can do it. And just have fun. You're going to have 1,000 million thoughts. Occasionally, you won't have thoughts. And those are the moments when you see what you are. You're more than your thoughts. You're more than your feelings, or you're more than your emotions. And some days I have minutes and minutes of that, and it's incredible. And other days I have seconds of it, depending on where I am, what I'm eating, who I've been with, and all those things, the time, and all of these things have a factor into it. But every time I finish meditating, I always say or think out loud, and I'm always by myself when I'm doing it, is I wish everyone could do this. So this is kind of like me, this is my way of making fun, having a laugh at myself, but also like, if you've ever thought about meditating, it's an amazing thing. It's incredible. It literally changed my life. It helped me get sober and I love it, but also it's not that serious, So this is a poke fun at meditation video. So I hope you had a laugh. I hope you had a good time watching it. I hope I did a good job, and leave comments, subscribe, all that good stuff, and see you in the next video.